Here we go, guys. Hello and welcome to the GCN All-Star Race presented by the Jello Cup Series. We're here today in Canada from the Riki Raceway. And today I got Austin Shaw here.
What's going on, guys?
Wait, this isn't a road course. That's alright, hey. But Austin, 25 guys have made it to this point. There's a lot at stake here. Oh, man. Yeah, what do you expect here, I guess, is the first question.
Pack racing, lots of 3 wide, maybe 4 wide. There's some good racing.
Yeah. Well, the big thing is if we see 4 wide, we're going to see the big one because obviously this track is very, very narrow. So, I mean, these guys, they may run 4 wide. It won't end well, but it's possible. This is one of 4 segments. Another thing is there are reserved rides at stake, so you can imagine a lot of these guys are going to be pushing hard to try to get those reserved rides. And we'll have more on that in the race notes in a moment. Or as we get to the green, we'll have it for you. Yeah, another thing, there's going to be a pit stop in this segment, and this is obviously a narrow track. The pit exit, let me just see if we have a camera that can show that. Yeah, see, look at that. Look at how narrow it is and how they have to get down to speed here. And this is probably going to wreak havoc, don't you think?
Yep.
Now, normally pitting on super speedways in this series, I try to avoid it as much as possible because it's chaotic, but this is the all-star race. We have to do it.
Right.
The other thing that's different for these guys is pit exit is banked.
Ooh, that's going to throw a challenge.
Yeah, and the big thing is, I mean, you're not going to hit a terribly, like a major high speed, but you're going to hit a pretty decent speed coming off, and it's probably not going to be good to go too wide.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, the good news, though, it's one of 4 segments. You only have to pit in this segment. So I imagine a lot of guys are going to be happy that it's only this one.
Absolutely.
But anyway, we'll be right back in just a moment. We want to we might have a little demonstration with the test car in a second. But we'll be right back in just a moment after your intro with the starting lineup here from Riki.
Through turn 4. Does 24 have enough? It's going to be a drag race to the line. We're going down the front stretch. The 96 wins the race at Coda.
Ryan Knox is going to win at Watkins Glen. 7. Got this. All right. Ryan got this. Ryan James. Pepsi 100 Series.
Hello guys, Brian James here with the GCN test car. See here, we're running a little bit of a high lane, trying to get up to speed here. We're coming to take the green right now out of turn number 4. So I wanted to show you a lap starting on the back stretch because we're going to show you how tough it is to enter the pit lane here. See, green flag is out in this test session. So we're going to enter turn number 1 here. You want to keep it nice and low. Keep in mind, see my speed, I'm about 173, but I'm not lifting from the throttle. Obviously, it's a super speedway. We have restrictor plates on these cars, so these guys going to be running wide open. They may have to lift to let a guy in front of them go by. That's a possibility. Then take a look at this through turns 3 and 4. I'm going to use the low lane because I'm coming to the pit lane. Start letting up just a little onto the brakes. I believe pit speed is 55 here. Sorry, my steering's acting up a little bit. So we come in about 54, 55, about 4,000. We're going to enter our pit stall right here.
Alright, give it a little, buddy, come on.
Ah.
Alright, give it a little, buddy, come on.
You can tell I haven't driven in a while, but anyway, there we go. We're going to put on some 4 tires here. Now, normally they will not run 58-second laps. I just wanted to show you this lap to show you how to get on and off the pit lane here and show you what these drivers are going to be contending with. We're out and away. So this is for segment 1, they'll be pitting. Then they'll be coming off this nice long pit lane. And of course, you see here, it is banked on the pit lane. They're going to want to keep it as low as possible. Not really a place to run too wide. As you see, I'm struggling just to keep it on the bottom there. And then we're out and away. And we can slowly start merging up on the track. And that is how you get on and off the pit lane here at Riki Raceway. I'm going to get this car off the track after a couple more laps, and then I'll let you guys see the green flag here for the GCN All-Star Race presented by the Jello Cup Series. Hope you guys enjoy this presentation. Welcome back. Starting lineups on the left-hand side of your screen. And Austin, who do you have your eye on today?
To be honest, I go with the full winner. He looks fast.
Yeah, he's at the top of the points too. One of the guys up there, his teammate Dylan Young, is the points leader. There are no points at stake. There are reserve drives. We'll get to that in a second. Austin, it's your call though.
And here they come, down the front straightaway. And the green flag is out. We are racing.
Yeah, all-star race underway now. Now I can tell you about the reserved rides. This segment we will have Carvana wildcard reserved rides. The next segment will have Hitachi truck reserved rides. Segment 3 will be the Lyft National reserved rides. And then segment 4, the final segment, the winner of the all-star race gets a reserved ride for this series for next season. Of course, it'll be the winner of each segment, not every driver in the All-Star. As you see Mitchell Collins, he gets out to a lead.
They're tightly packed.
Yeah, and again, they have a little bit of an air bubble, as you can see, with the 18 and the 4. And for the guys who don't normally watch this series, we try to give them a little bit of space.
Oh, 3 wide.
3 wide back there. Again, this is a very narrow track. Not the kind of track you want to go 3-4 wide at. Here comes the 41.
Ooh, help from the 6, another Ford.
Yeah, and
22. Look at that. Got in front of the 41 to stop the drag.
yeah. And now I checked with my little test car there, the fuel mileage about 12 to 14 laps. If you're leading this race, you can't be saving that much fuel.
Nope.
On
Is the 41 goes for the lead?
Yep, here she goes. Stacy Stickler will take over the race lead in the Autodesk Ford.
Winner of Daytona.
Yeah, Daytona winner. Leading the race. Trevor Collins, though, a 2-time winner this season. Looking, well, it wouldn't be an official 3rd win, but it would be something. Now here comes the 1. And again, I want to remind you there are no points at stake in this race.
It's all for be going for broke.
Yep, just reserved rides at stake.
Oh.
And a reminder that if you do win a reserved ride, you have to have a platform that I can message you on. If you do not have a Facebook or can't connect to our Discord or any of that, I unfortunately have a right to disqualify you from that. Or if you're Austin, I can just go and yeah, find you at work and say, hey, sign up.
Those Fords are, they got 2 Fords up front, followed by a bunch
Yeah.
of Chevys.
Oh man, and one of those Chevys is a one race contract guy for BJ McLeod Motorsports. That's Casey Horton on the inside. And you see, they're not really running very fast lap times, and their speed's not hitting very high, thanks to the restrictor plate. So it's a little bit slower of a super speedway than we normally
Yep.
see.
Here's the 42 looking for second. With no draft out, can he get there?
Yeah, he's got it, I think. 'Cause he's got the 41 ahead of him that he can use to pull him forward. 3 wide behind.
20 stuck on the sucker hole.
Yep, and here comes the 24 and 25.
3 Chevys on the bottom.
Oh boy, here they go, and the 41's gonna put on the block. No, she won't actually. And now she's in the danger zone. No help above. Now help above. Look at the 10, he's using all 3 lanes.
42 to the front.
Yep, and Chris Smith to the lead. Coming to 9 to go this time.
Oh,
Oh, 10 tried, or 24 tried to block, and the 10 gets around. Now, I think as the segments get closer and closer to completion, or as each segment goes by, I have a feeling these guys are going to be racing a lot more
oh,
aggressive.
absolutely.
And keep in mind, we did set pit stops to occur. I don't know if they will. If they do not, we will try to make them happen next segment. Because I'm not exactly going to disqualify a car because the computer didn't allow them to pit. And look at that, the 12's up there too. And the Fords are starting to get some traction again. I believe there's only 4 Toyotas in the field. Or 5 of them, maybe. I didn't get the count.
12 dives to the bottom.
Yep, the 12
Trying to
on
get
the
it,
bottom.
trying to get a draft on the 4.
I don't think he's got the help down there. Now he does.
Oh,
Muhammad-
17 jumped down.
Yeah, Mohammed Zain Abdullah jumps down to help his fellow Ford.
Now it's a Ford sandwich. Second through. What is it?
Well, it's
4
gonna
of
be
them right there.
Ford 3 wide right there. Keep in mind, these Fords with this Gen 6 body, they have the better opportunity to tandem draft if needed. The Chevys and the Toyotas have the curved bumpers. So if these guys try to tandem, they're going to essentially wreck.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, coming from a veteran of NR 2003 racing, you don't want to bump draft. Let's put it that way. I've had my fair share of fence getting put in the fence because of it. Oh, the 3. And the 3's in the middle of this Ford brigade trying to go help the 42.
Coming to 5 to go.
Yep. Oh man, we got 6 to go in this segment so far. We were supposed to do a 20 lap segment. I thought that was a little too long for a track like this, so we shortened it to 15. As Nate Faden goes to the lead.
Helped by 3 Fords.
Yep, Stickler is leading that charge with Fitzwater and our defending champ Patrick Smith. Tell Ford, I think, has an advantage manufacturer-wise in this race. as the 41 goes to the lead. Keep in mind, it's going to get a little more aggressive now. There's a car that might have lost the draft, though, back there. I think it might be the 2 of Dylan Young.
Oh, here we go to the 3 wide. This is going to get dicey.
Yep, Nate fading the lead, and
Oh,
he's
yeah,
going to
good
pit. Here comes the 8-2, so his teammate, they had a clear strategy. And that kind of splits up the field a little bit. You see they're now going kind of in the long train that everybody hates.
Speaking of long trains, NASCAR's back at Talladega this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be a fun race to watch. We'll see if the Elliott and Logano little incident carries over there. And I expect more to pit. They're low, the 12, and a handful of others. Let's see how they get on the pit lane. And they do so cleanly. And I gotta give credit to these guys. They merge onto the pit lane pretty well. And I thought for sure that would be mass chaos based on the history of super speedways and NR. And I expect this group to pit this time. And the disadvantage of pitting late, now these guys who did pit early
Are going to be right up front.
Yep. Now, the 3 technically did not have the 8's draft when he came in. And you see more pitting. Is the 88 going to join him? No, the 88's going to stay out.
With the 4.
With the 4.
Coming to 2 to go.
I don't think either of these guys can make it to the finish, so this should be interesting.
You don't want to run out of fuel on a super speedway. That never ends well.
Or could Dick Clark be trying to pin some of these guys a lap down in order to prevent a massive invert of the field? He doesn't have draft either.
He's down low. He might be pitting this time.
We'll see. Does he come in? He's slowing down. He's coming in. So is the 4. So we do get all these guys pitting. And look at the advantage the 41's got.
Can she catch the 88 with 1 lap to go? If the 88 crosses over
No,
the-
but she's going to have another problem. Look behind. Here comes the 42.
I think the 42 is going to overtake him because he's going a little faster.
But he's going to kind of stall out, I think. And the best thing he can do is just go bumper, nose to tail with the 35. White flag.
We got to remember, where's the 88? Did he get out? Oh, there's the
No,
88.
he's not going to make it.
Nope.
Keep in mind,
That staying out didn't help.
it's banked, but it's narrow. You just can't get up to full speed like these guys on the other part of the track. As Chris Smith goes to second, he now looks for the lead. Oh man, they merged and it's causing
There
trouble
we
a
go.
wreck on the final lap of the stage.
Oh, he saved it. Wow.
And they managed to save it. Back up front though.
That's going to be a drag
Oh
race.
man, drag race to the line. Who's gonna get the reserved ride? The caution is out, and Stickler's gonna win segment 1.
Wow.
Oh man. Thankfully, no one gets any serious damage in that wreck, but guess who's gonna be on the front row for segment number 2? Trevor Collins and Mina Monroe. 2 Fords will lead us back to the green in just a moment, but
Wow.
let's go see what happened. Well, just going for broke, I guess, is what you say. And Mohammed Zain Abdullah is not going to lift.
Turns the 88 around.
It turns 88 around, gets the 8 involved.
Not a lot of damage on either
Well,
car, but he saved it.
this may be strategic because those guys are gonna. Now, keep in mind the field is frozen now, which means that these guys are gonna be up at the front now
Yep.
after spinning. So maybe it was a little bit of strategy by Dick Clark.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to congratulate Stacy Stickler. She wins a Carvana wildcard reserved ride. And we'll be back in a moment with segment 2 here on GCN. Here we go, we're back. And the field has been inverted. So Trevor Collins will lead us back to green. Mina Monroe in second, Eric Fade in third, Matt Hussey fourth, and look who's in fifth.
Dick Clark.
If it isn't the guy who just spun out. Here we go. We are back underway. Now none of the manufacturers can line up, so... Well, actually the Chevys can to the inside. Do we expect that?
Most likely.
Dylan Young and Ben Crouch, and now Dylan Young's teammate comes down to help. Keep in mind this stage, or this segment, there is a Hitachi truck reserved ride up for grabs. How many of these guys are going to want to get into the new series?
Everyone would. Gonna see who wins.
Yep. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see trucks. Telling you, we've already seen the schedule for it. I can't reveal anything, but let's just say, I don't know, Austin, you saw it, right?
Yep.
Pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's Dick Clark. He's going to spin and go to the lead. But, yeah, we can't tell you what's on that schedule, but we can assure you you'll like what you see. Is here comes Mitchell Collins now, with help from Brad Stover. And Daniel Hummel, he doesn't have a teammate in this race, but I suppose he can be counted as a Hendrick car in some cases. Oh, the 5 looked low. The 22 goes down to block.
So the 88 goes down to the bottom.
Yep, 88's going to go down low, and this should help the 22 get second, and it will. Here comes Stickler. She's about mid-pack now. Here comes Dylan Young again. Him and his teammate are going to swap positions. They should be getting lined up, though. Try to help each other.
They should.
And here comes the 20, or segment 1 winner in the All-Star Showdown. Now making his way to the front. And Dylan Young, the fan favorite, looking for the lead.
3 wide.
3 wide behind, but Dylan Young, he won the fan vote, and now he goes to the race lead. The points leader as well. But again, no points at stake. As Dylan Ibrahimian now looks for the lead, and he'll get it. And I think we're seeing a few more lead changes than we saw in the last segment.
Well, I agree.
Which means these guys are getting just a little bit antsy. They know that we're getting close to the end here. And of course they know the reserved rides, the stakes get higher each segment. So they're going to want to do everything they can to ensure a reserved ride for a series next season. Here comes Carter Joey.
Toyota's 1 and 2 right now.
Yep, and the Toyotas want to make a little bit of noise in this All-Star. They've not made much noise in the regular season other than Carter Joey, really. And Ben Crouch as well. Nathan fading back to the lead. And now the Chevy's gonna make some noise.
Surprised you jumped up to the high side
There's-
with the Chevys on the bottom.
Yep, but there's a whole line of Fords right behind him.
Chris Smith to the lead again.
Yep, Chris Smith. He becomes the race leader. As we come to 4 to go. And the two Chip Ganassi guys working together.
Now the one looking for the lead again.
Yep, here goes the one. Again, I think this is a lot more lead changes. These guys definitely being a little more aggressive this segment. Apparently a lot of guys wanting to go truck racing next year compared to Carvana racing.
One goes down the block to 12. Can he? Yep, he gets in front.
Yeah, just barely. He's trying hard not to cross right in front of him. Keep in mind, there is a little air bubble, but he doesn't want Tim Horton to cross his bumper and then spin him out. And the leader wrecks here. It's going to be a long day for the rest of the guys. Tim Horton, though, to the race lead. The Season 1 Carvana champ now leading the field.
Ford's 1, 2, and 3 right now.
Yeah, and that inside line. And Jean Sanford has run a Ford at some points in the season, so I guess you can qualify her as a Ford at heart. Mohammed Zain Abdullah, your Pigs Creek winner, going to the lead. Two to go this time. And the whole field's intact still.
And surprising with 2 to go.
I'll admit, I thought the Dick Clark wreck would be a lot bigger than it was, and thankfully it wasn't. As here goes the 10 of Mina Monroe. And now Gene Sanford's back there. Now keep in mind, Anthony Logan, this is one of his drivers, just like Stacy Stickler. Could he sweep the first 2 stages?
He might.
Gene Sanford goes to the lead. Charles Sanford's brother, or sister. Oh my goodness, that's a huge gap right there. Charles, if you're watching, I apologize. White flag. And here comes Mitchell Collins,
Can he get there?
along with the German driver, Samet Ozkan. I believe the German driver.
Here comes the 22. Looks like it's going to be another drag race.
And here we go. I think Collins is going to get it. But will he get pressure on the inside? See, the 18 looks. He's going to have to make it happen. He just won't. Mitchell Collins wins segment 2. And a nice comeback for Stickler. She gets up to 10th in that segment. Man, the Fords are looking strong early.
Yeah, they are.
We'll see what happens as we go forward now. We do have another 10-lap segment. This one will be for a Lyft National Reserve ride. But Mitchell Collins will be going truck racing next season, which I'm sure he'll be excited about. As we'll be right back. You see them pitting. Now keep in mind the field is frozen, so they are allowed to pit and keep their spot. But we'll be back with segment number 3 in just a moment. Here we go. Mitchell Collins won segment 2. He gets a Hitachi truck reserved ride. And Austin, that was your pick to win the overall race. He's looking good.
Yes, he is.
As here we go. It's going to be Mitchell Collins and Samet Ozkan. They'll lead us back to the green. And will Ford continue their dominance?
We shall see.
They're going to have a whole line of Chevys right there. And here comes the 5 of Brad Stover. He's making a run. And here he goes. He's going to get blocked. And these guys probably going to run closer bumper to bumper than they have all race.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, could we see some big wrecks?
Possibility.
Now keep in mind, we do not have overtime in this round, but the next round we will. Tim Randolph had a run, not enough of one, as he now gets shuffled to the high side. Now the Fords are lined up on the inside.
22 jumps down with the Fords.
Yeah, he's trying not to close completely on that 10, because he knows that if he completely closes on the bumper, he could get spun out.
Mm-hmm. Here goes the 10.
Mina Monroe. Looking for the lead now on lap number 3, and I believe she'll get it. And surprisingly, with very little help, she gets the lead. So that inside lane must have a little more grip. See, they're getting a little antsy up top.
The 10's out to a huge lead as they go 3 wide.
Yeah. But the closing rate here, how bad are they going to swallow up that 10?
Huge possibility that they'll, because it's 3 by 3 right now.
Yep, lap number 4. And they're still going to go 3 by 3. But now the Chip Ganassi guys are lined up once again. And here comes Casey Horton. You see they closed up kinda quick on the 10. Now is there a possibility here, because Casey Horton is running up front, what if she steals one from these guys?
That would be something.
And it doesn't look like she's going to get there. She's going to get shuffled to the high side. You see the inside line, so many cars running that line right now. Now here goes the 42. And here comes the 4 of Fitzwater. He started dead last in this segment.
Came up to the pack very fast.
Yep, and that's the fun part of having it at this track compared to a Charlotte or a Kansas or just a mile and a half in general. More opportunities. Because we got 5 laps to go. And the Toyotas are now lined up.
They finally got together.
Yep, Ibrahimian and Carter Joey. They're not teammates, but they do have a technical alliance. Now Patrick Smith coming up through the pack again with Tim Horton and Diego Yepes, so I guess it's a championship lineup on the inside. You got the Season 4 champ, you got the Season 3 champ, and the Season 1 Carvana champ, all in one line.
Can they catch that 10?
That'd be something if these championship guys could go and take one from a non-champion. We've been talking about the manufacturer alliances all day. We didn't count on that.
There goes the 35.
Oh, Patrick Smith, your Homestead winner. He's looking for the lead. And the Canadian driver to the lead. And I imagine the crowd is on there. Well, it doesn't look like we have one.
Right.
Damn Corona. Diego Yepes looking for the lead. And he has had a very bad season in that 77. But he would love to get Premium Inspired to the front. Of course, that is a Chip Ganassi prepared car. And of course, the watermelon seeds to resemble what Ross Chastain's second job is, essentially. Being a watermelon farmer.
Yep.
I don't know if they have a watermelon to smash today, but they're going to have a little challenge, though, if they want to do that. As Ben Crouch goes to the lead with 2 laps of racing to go. You see the 20 there, there's a few guys in the sucker hole.
88's back up there, up in the front too.
Yeah, here goes Dick Clark. Ben Crouch up high, he's blocking the 18, trying to prevent his teammate from getting the lead. Keep in mind, they may be teammates, but they were not signed up by the same guy, so they obviously are. Oh, there's going to be a little love lost, I think.
There goes the 18 for the lead.
Now
White
the 18,
flag.
white flag. Will the 88 follow? He's hesitant, but he will. Samet Ozkan to the lead, and he is staring down a possibility of a Lyft National Reserved ride. Here goes the 6.
Will the 88 jump in front of the 8? I mean, the 6?
We shall see. Here they come.
Can the 6 catch the 18?
I don't think he's going to have time. He doesn't have the help behind. We'll see. Does he pull to the inside? He does.
Here they come.
To the line. I think Ozkan's got it. He does.
Wow.
And the Ford sweep, not going to happen.
Nope.
Samet Ozkan wins the Lyft National Reserved ride. And segment number 3. And here we go. We get ready for segment 4. And it's only 5 laps.
Here we go.
Only 5 laps to go. I think the anticipation builds now.
Absolutely. It's time for go for broke now.
And now you have no friends in this field. And we'll see how these drivers act. We also have overtime again at our dispense. We'll see if they need it in just a moment. Here we go. 5 more laps, Austin.
Here we go.
And overtime at our dispense if needed. Look how close these guys are lining up.
They want this.
Oh boy.
What is going on?
Are they going to have to wave off the restart for this? What is going on? I have not seen this. Are we going to
restart 3 wide?
Oh my goodness.
What is going on here?
I have no clue what's going on. This is nuts. They may have to wave off the restart. They're door to door.
Here we go.
The green flag is on their wreck. Well, that didn't take long now, did it? Caution is out. Low speed wrecking. Oh, someone up ahead. Yep. Lots of damage for those guys at the back. And these guys up front are racing.
Still.
Could we get a restart before overtime? That's going to be the big question as Eric Faden goes to the race lead. He will have help, so he will get it. And look at this. He's all over the track. He's down to the apron.
What is going on?
Oh my goodness. Nat Hussey gets 4th. Gene Sanford in 5th. Dick Clark in 6th. Dan Hummel comes across in 7th. Oh man, they touch. Let's go see what happened. Let's keep this in mind first off before I show the replay. This is only our second incident-based caution all day.
Yep.
Technically our 5th because of all the stage endings, of course, bringing out cautions. And Diego Yepes here. I don't know what got into these guys on the restart. But Dylan Young, oh man, it starts back here actually. Carter Joey with Mina Monroe. And just look at this. This causes mayhem. Patrick Smith into the back of the 77. A lot of guys going to the apron. And then up ahead, Dan Hummel gets hooked.
Wow.
So a bunch of incidents to bring out the caution here. Man, Austin, we might get overtime. We might get a late race restart.
This could be interesting.
And we will see as we'll take you back to the green. Well, we're going to get an unofficial green-white checkered here. Everyone stays on the lead lap because it was a low-speed wreck. So not much damage. But Austin, if it's anything like the last restart, we're going to be redoing this over again. Oh, man. Eric Faden, Trevor Collins, Samet Ozkan, Matt Hussey, Gene Sanford, and there they go again, lining up as close as they
Here
can.
we
Oh,
go.
no. Don't do it again. Double file, triple file in some cases. I think I found the key to double file restarts. Not quite the ones I wanted, but here we go. Green flag is going to wave. 2 laps to go. Do we make it this time? Yes, we do. Oh, someone blew an engine up ahead. It's the 42 of Chris Smith. Here we go. Just remember, the leader, if the leader makes it back to the white flag, the race is over.
Mhm.
Here goes Dick Clark. Dan Hummel's door to door with Trevor Collins trying to prevent him from drafting with the 53. But the more these guys battle side by side, the more this helps the 8.
Here we go.
Oh, the 2 is going to pit. And guess what? We're going to make it back to the white flag. Leader takes the flag. We will not have overtime. Here comes Ben Crouch. And look at these guys. Bumper to bumper. Brad Stover with a banged up car trying to make it happen.
Can anyone catch the 8?
I don't think so. We'll see. Ben Crouch is going to need a lot of help to make it happen, and I just don't think he's going to get it.
Come off of turn 4.
Off of turn 4, Eric Faden, it was documented his struggles this season. He will win the GCN All-Star race.
Wow.
Some of the wildest racing we've seen
Wow.
to date. And Eric Faden hangs on. He will win a reserved ride for the Jello Cup in Season 6. He wins the All-Star race. And this will be a good momentum booster for
Absolutely.
the 6-time Jello Cup winner. Not only that, a former Daytona 500 winner as well. So he's got the experience on these tracks. We want to thank you for watching. We want to thank you for sticking around for All-Star Week. Austin, thank you for joining us for this race.
Been a pleasure.
And we got 2 road courses coming up, so don't go too far. As we head to Canadian Tire next, so we stay up in Canada, and then we make our way to Sonoma first, and then Canadian Tire. Either way, we have 2 road courses coming up. Let's actually show you your results while we sit here. So it's going to be Eric Faden, Ben Crouch, Brad Stover, Stacy Stickler, and Dick Clark, your top 5. You see Zach Fitzwater is retired. 6th, Mohammed Zain Abdullah, Samet Ozkan, Matt Hussey, Gene Sanford, and Casey Horton. Her only race of the season, and she'll get a top 10. And she'll beat out her brother, so that'll be a nice car ride home.
Oh, absolutely.
As you look on down the list again, Dylan Young doesn't make it to the finish. Chris Smith doesn't make it necessarily. Dylan Young damaged in a chaotic turn of events.
Wow.
These guys did not know how to line up for restarts, or
Nope.
they just didn't care in the late stages. But anyway, we will see you at one of the road courses. I just got to remember which one. Till then, goodbye, everyone.